Okay, let's start connecting these things up. Let's just hide out. Oh, we need the joints. Show joints. There we go. Cool. So we'll start at the bottom and work our way up. First off, we're going to IK the legs. So I'm going to go over to the rigging shell, rigging thing. IK. So we're going to go from the hip to the ankle. There you go. Might as well, while we're on it, do the other side as well. So I've got a couple of IKs in there. Oh, show. Haha. Where are they? Let's see it. IK handles. There we go. Cool. So we can see those. Right. Now, I want to do everything through the foot control. So what I'm going to do is hit D and then hold V. I'm going to snap the rotate of the foot control to the heel joint. There we go, cool. So those two rotate on the heel now. And what we want to do is get this bit to follow the foot controller. So I'm going to select the heel joint, the foot control, and go B and parent that to there. Right, and then this guy needs to be parented to Q, shift select the little joint in the middle there. Go P, cool. And so now W, that works, but the foot joints dangle. So what we need to do is constrain this guy to that guy. So I'm going to go Control Z. That's really simple, that the one coming down needs to be constrained to the one going up. As our constraints, so the one going up is there. Shift select the one coming down, so the last object selected is the one that is constrained. Go to orientation constraint, make sure maintain offset is selected, go apply. Cool, so we might as well do that to the other foot while we're on it. So this guy, the heel joint is parented to the foot control, P. And the IK chain, Q to shift select, is parented to the inverse ankle joint, P. And then let's just double check that. W works, but it dangles, Z. And so this bit going up is the right one. Shift select the one coming down, constrain, orient, make sure maintain offset's applied, and apply. Close. Right, so we've got those working now. So now our foot moves and it rotates. That's brilliant. That's okay, cool. So we just want to get some extra value out of those other joints there. So what we're going to do is we're going to add in a couple of custom attributes. So this guy, well, actually, before we do that, let's just do this. So that guy, we want to constrain this pole back to its knee target. So that guy, shift that guy, constrain, pole back to. So wait upon is a very simple thing. Go apply. See, so now the knee close. So now the knee follows that control there. Okay, cool. So we'll do the same thing with that one. Get this guy. Oh, actually, that guy. Shift select that guy. Constrain. Pull back to done. Okay, cool. So those are done. So yeah, custom attribute. So this guy, modify, add attribute. We're going to go foot underscore roll. In fact, actually, roll foot roll -10 to 10. Okay, so now we've got foot roll, and then we go toe bend. Shall we have a capital B, capital T? There we go, that'll do. Minus 10 to 10. Add, cool. This guy over here. Foot. No, I'm not getting my capitals, I think my shift keys. Foot. Roll. There we go. Minus 10 to 10. Add. Toe bend. Minus 10 to 10. Add. Okay. So now both these control. There we go. Oh, there we go. Put roll and toe bend. So move them, rotate them, and then we've got two other bits and pieces. Right. So what we want to do is we want to just check these out. If I go E, to make sure that this is in the object. Yep, there we go. E. So that one is rotate X. Really? Rotate X? No, rotate Z. There you go, rotate Z. That's it. Oh no. Check. That guy. Rotate Z. Yeah, go. Drop Z. And just to check. That guy also rotate Z. This guy rotate Z. And this guy rotate Z. Okay. So rotate Z. So what we're going to do is going to use set the ribbon key. So we go to animation key, set ribbon key set. It gives us this dialog box, and we go that load driver, and we're going to foot roll, and then we're going to go this guy, shift select this guy, shift select that guy, shift select. Let's go to Q. That guy, load driven. So those joints, it's the rotate Z. Okay. So what we need to do now is check that. That should be on 0. So right, that is on 0. So foot roll is on 0. These guys are all 0. Now we go key. Lovely. So foot roll minus 10. This guy we rotate back 45. Let's do everything at 45. There we go, 45. And we go key. So now if we go to this and go from minus 10 up, there we go. So there's that key. Go all the way to 5. Then we can get this guy and go 45. And this guy go there and go 45. And then we can go key and back to here. So now if we go down, let's see if we get that. If we go up to 10, so we can get this guy 0 that. That guy 0 that. And then this guy and do that, and then bring that up to 45. And you can kind of go, you'll be able to discuss whether or not there's enough. If you want to go right on to 69, let's call it 70. Okay, and go key. So now, foot roll goes down. So heel, pull the foot up onto the toe. There you go, lovely. Quite a nice action there. 0. So toe bend, what we get is this guy and go load driven, rotate Z, key, toe bend, down -10, let's just see, down, so -45 will do, yeah, key, and then 10, there we go, and key, and so that means that toe bend will waggle the toe up and down independently. Lovely, that's 0. So let's do that again. So load driver, so this is right foot control, foot roll, Q for select this guy, shift that guy, shift that guy, shift that guy. Load driven, rotate Z. Cool. So make sure the foot roll is on 0, everything else key. Right. Foot roll down to -10, E 45, key. Check it. There we go. So at 5, we'll have this guy at 45, this guy at 45. There we go. And key. There. Check it. Down, up, up. There we go. All the way up to 10. And at 10, we'll 0 that one. 0 that one. And we'll get this one. And try 70. There we go. Key. So now back where we were before with that is, so we get that nice foot roll going, which is fine. 0 that. Toe bend becomes the driven, so driver, ha. Then this one, load driven, rotate Z, key, toe bend down, so -45, key, take it -10 up, forwards 10, bring it up to 45, key, and we're done. And that gives you the toe bend, like 0. Okay, so to get these to work, this guy has to follow this guy. This guy has to follow this guy. So left click, shift left click, and then P in that parent set. This guy, shift left click, that guy, P, that guy, shift left click, that guy, and P. So now all that works together. This goes up and down, this rotates, and we've got a foot bend and we've got a toe bend. Cool, lovely. Get all of those and then 0 them, and that's the key to the rig, is that we move that and it goes back to where it belongs, which is lovely. So this guy needs to follow this, so pelvis control here, so only rotates, so that's an orientation constraint. So select that, go to Q, shift select that, and go from animation back onto rigging and go constrain, orient, maintain offset, apply, close. And so now we've got this, if I hit E, we've got this kind of like hippie shake. Right, however, that's not going to follow anything. So what we need to do is set these controllers to follow bits. So this guy, that's the root joint, is parented to the hip controller. Sorry, the waist controller. The waist controller is parented to the top controller, P, and then the hip controller parented to the waist control, P. So now, when I go W, you can see that that bit of the rig is joined up. However, we come in E, we can wiggle the hips independently. Z, lovely, cool. So this is an orientation constraint, right? So this is zeroed out. Go back to Q to select. So this, shift select that. It is an orientation constraint. Constraint, orient, maintain offset, apply. This guy follows the waist control. P. Again, this guy controls this guy. So shift select, orientation constraint, apply, and this guy follows controller below it. P. This guy constrains this guy, maintain offset, apply, this guy, shift select, follows that one. Okay, and you can see that I'm starting to follow each other as we go up the rig. You can see that the controllers starting to follow. Control Z. Okay. These become very, very similar. So, neck controller Q constrains the joint of the neck. Apply. This guy follows the chest. P. The clavicle is constrained to the clavicle control. The clavicle follows the chest controller. P. This clavicle controls clavicle joint. Apply. This follows the chest. P. There you go. This guy constrains the head joint. Apply. This guy, shift, follows the neck joint. So you can see that's starting to work. So again, if we get the waist control there, move it, you can see that all those controllers are following now. Control Z. The jaw controller, so we get an angle on that. This guy constrains that guy. Apply. He holds the head control. He. Okay, so it depends on how you want these to follow, but this guy follows that, and this guy follows that. And depending on how you want to do it, if you want the eyes to stay forward when you rotate the head, you will pair it to the head constraint. If you wanted to have it independent, you could constrain it to the top controller. So say if you wanted to have a character move around while staring at an object and have the eyes pinned and follow an object, so you could have them connected to the top controller. But just for ease at the moment, I'm going to parent them in to the head controller there. Right, the elbow controls, just for now, I'm going to parent to the waist control, and so they'll follow around the top of the body. and it kind of depends on what you want to do with the wrist controls, but generally I parent them to the top control so they're independent of other bits and pieces. But that's if you're IK chaining, which we are for this point. We'll have a look at other things later. So for now, that guy just gets parented to the top control, as does that guy. So that makes the hands independent of the upper body when they get IK'd. So IK chain, shoulder to wrist. Cool. The wrist control, sorry, wrist IK gets parented to the wrist controller there. And if you go W, you do that, and you can see the hand doesn't follow the wrist controller, which is unfortunate. So what we do now is we select wrist controller, then we shift select the wrist joint, and go orientation constraint, apply. So now the wrist control takes the end of that control, and you can see the elbow drifts around because the IK chain needs to be pole vectored. So constrain, pole vector to the elbow control. So same setup over here. IK chain, shoulder to wrist, and then the IK gets parented to the wrist control, and then the wrist joint gets constrained orientation to the wrist control. So we can control that Z, and then all we do now is select the elbow target, shift select the IK, constrain, pole vector. And so now, if we give that a bit of goosh, that guy, the elbow, points to it, control Z. Okay, so moving swiftly up, just double check. So head orientation constraint is done. So let's just E, that's all right, control Z. Let's just check, get that guy, do that, and then the wrists are independent. Right, that's kind of working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish that there, because that's most of it, and then I'll do the hand setup in the next video. So that's putting most of the rig together, getting most of it working. Hand setup will be in the next one. Okay, good luck.